Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, Lord.
But first.
Do you hear the music?
No.
But first. Oh, there we go. There it is. You guys were working on live TV. Sometimes there's some technical errors. Hi, everybody. What a way to start the show. We're going to get right back on track. My name is Jonny Manganello. I am the host of the Big Brother After Show. And I've got some hosts here who want to join me today. They knocked on my door. They said, John, can we join you? I said, yeah, anytime you want. Just come on in, join me. So they're here. We're going to talk. We're going to chit-chat. And we are ready to...
No one has any clue what you're talking about.
You can totally cut to me because it's still on the same camera.
James Lott Jr. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's great. So let's introduce my beautiful panel. I was trying. No, I'm just gonna be direct about it. I was trying to mask something just now.
Right? Yeah, but you could watch me still. I'm still on the same camera as you.
Yeah, no, or I could have done this. You know, it's fine. We're good. So yeah, I have a beautiful crew here. But I did want to explain. No, I want to explain to the people at home because I like being honest with them. We had a technical difficulty. I was trying to mask it like the Wizard of Oz. You know. Anyway, do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
Love to.
Are we ready?
I guess it's me. I don't know what's going on anymore. I know you guys were worried about me last week online, but I did come back to the studio today. I was angry last week, and I'm back. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me on Twitter at BlackHopeLA and on Facebook at James Lott Jr.
Nice. My name's Lauren Lograsso. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and Periscope. Oh, live at LowLowLowGrow.
What's up, guys? I'm Nicholas Grava. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Nicholas Grava.
And
Back
you guys,
to you, Johnny.
Hey, thanks, Nick.
But first,
I'm John Manganello. You can find me at Jonny Mangs on Twitter and Instagram, and at JontyJip on Snapchat.
I
love John.
JIP. Lauren made it up when we were children. Do you remember being children together?
Yes.
We frolicked.
In the forest.
I'm going to make a proposition. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see my last photo. It's a beautiful photo of Lauren and I at junior prom.
It is
year 2006.
Beautiful.
Don't give away our age.
Okay.
Stop there. That's all you need to know, folks.
And back to Big Brother.
But first,
I don't care about my age at all.
Okay, let's just go to Big Brother.
Anyway, we're going to talk about Big Brother today. Nick and I never went to prom, and James and I never went to prom. We should think about making our own prom. We should do an AFTERBUZZ prom.
AFTERBUZZ
That
prom.
should be really
I hated prom. I was never a fan of it. But this isn't that show.
Why?
I don't know. Just wasn't a fan. We'll get to that another time.
So you guys, we have a lot to talk about. I, for one, love this week. After weeks of despair, we finally had the power where I wanted it.
Yes.
Steve won HOH. What did you guys think when Steve won that comp?
I was very happy to see Steve win.
I was happy, and I hoped he did what he did, and he did.
And he did.
As the old saying goes.
That's the old saying goes.
How about you, James Lott Jr.?
I think we were talking before last week that depending on what the challenge was, who would win. And we are kind of guessing it was a puzzle challenge. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of cool that I had a feeling he might get that, and he got it.
Did you guys?
He had a great strategy when he was doing it on the table and then just moving it, taking his time.
Well, and I thought it was really interesting that Johnny Mac was about to win and then said,
I'll win next week.
Right. Yeah. What were you going to say, Nick?
I was going to say, thank you, John. I was going to say, I thought that Vanessa for a second was throwing it. At one point, when she walked away and she had done really poorly, and it seemed like everything was doing, and I'm like, oh, maybe she didn't. She knew what was going on in the house. She knew what was going to need to be done.
Right.
She knew that she wasn't necessarily the target, and I was like, okay, wouldn't it be the worst thing?
Well, I think Vanessa has cast a spell over the house, and I do think that she is somehow safer than she should be.
Oh, absolutely.
And
she's safer than anyone.
Yeah, and I think that...
And that's also smart, too, because there's also a whole thing. I did a drinking game. When they say blood on your hands.
Oh my God, I'd be drunk.
Or blood on his hands, or blood on my hands. They said it a million times in that episode. And there you go. So I think you both are saying the right things. Like, basically, this is like, I'm the target, so next.
And people who watch the show, our show, the after show, some of them at least, were commenting last week saying, like, you just don't like Vanessa because she wins, blah, blah, blah. That is the only reason I like Vanessa. I like that Vanessa is a good game player. I give her props, especially after this week, and we'll talk about the specifics throughout the episode. What I don't like about her, and this is what Dan Giesling, the winner of season 10, tweeted earlier this week, is Vanessa needs to have more fun in the house. She's so unlikable that no one's going to want to give her the money at the end. She's not making any human connections. So they're just going to see her as this schemer, and I do think it's going to be hard for her to win that money, even though she's a great game player in many ways.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Shelley had said in what we saw today, she said something like she really appreciated how much work and how much gameplay that Vanessa really was doing. So I think some people are also finding that attractive in a sense. I'm with you in where I think it's like, turn off, enough, calm down.
Yeah, I know.
It's not attractive. It's just like the same exact thing we're saying. I think Shelley was saying, you gotta give it to her. She's spinning a good web.
Okay, well,
but I don't think that she would vote for her.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you don't think Shelley would vote for her?
No.
Oh, I think if you have... Because that's the thing. This is always the issue at the end of the season. Do you vote for the person who... Can you remove yourself enough as a jury member and honor who played the best game as opposed to who was better to you? And
Are they supposed to vote on who played the best game? I mean, they don't give them criteria for how they're supposed to vote.
Exactly. No, I think that's up to each individual person.
They should vote based on who is best to them.
Vote personally.
Well, here's the question. Are we doing 3 or 2 this year? Final.
Well, it's always down to the 2, but the 3 at the end of... Yes, but it will be final 2. There will be a final 2.
F2.
Now, this is a really interesting point, and I think we should talk about this, because this is a good discussion. What do you do as a jury member? Because for me, I have a thin skin. I take things personally, and it would be hard for me to separate emotional game from gameplay game. But as a fan of the game, I know I always want the best player to win.
Yeah, I'm not emotional, so I think I could do both. I mean, in my regular life, like my work life, I know how to be a good coworker, and I can also be a friend. I've kind of perfected that over the years. So I think in this situation, I do the same thing. Kind of. I mean, if you really did get one over on me, I'd give it to you. I mean, I would give it to you.
I can see objectively, but at the same time, I'm not just the same way as when I vote for president. I have to agree with your tactics and how you got to where you got. And you're saying because you agree with Vanessa's tactics, you would vote for her, or like someone who's like her. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think tactics, I don't know. That's not what I would vote on, because I like some of Vanessa's tactics, and I don't like some of her tactics. I think the fake crying sometimes works well. Yeah. This week it was great.
Amazing, yeah. One of my favorites.
Sometimes I think it's unnecessary.
I loved it. I bought in. I'm like, I want to believe this is real.
She can do a really good monologue.
Okay, because like if I was voting who's my favorite contestant, who am I going to give that prize to? They always do the favorite contestant or favorite juror prize.
Jason, isn't it?
I would pick Jonny Mac, I think.
Okay. I'm shocked.
I did that more for our audience who probably thought that when you said that.
But would I give him? I don't know. Would I vote for him in the final 2? Has he done enough?
Is like I go a lot off of just personal relations. Yeah. I'm a very loyal person when it comes to that too. So if I made a great connection with someone in the house and they're made it to the finale, I don't care if I think they did the best or worst gameplay. I'm voting for them. They have my vote in that sense. I can't imagine someone turning their back and changing it just to vote off their gameplay and not the personal relationship. I think it is the best mixture of both.
I think you have to choose on both.
Yeah.
Also, Vanessa did a lot of shady things and then didn't own up to it. If she had owned up to it, maybe I would vote for her. But because she's lying about it, no.
Okay.
Do you
totally
guys,
agree with that.
People bring up in the chat, Danielle BB3. They said she should have won her season.
Exactly. That's a good example. Yeah. And then, sorry, I have a popcorn kernel coming out in my mouth.
Kill flies and popcorn kernels.
Yeah, did you guys see that episode where I killed a fly live on air?
Bare hands.
It
was like Karate Kid up in her.
Side note, I was in the shower last night. There was a fly and it was annoying me, and I splashed it and washed it down the drain, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like alive.
Who kill.
I feel like a woman who kills.
Oh my god. So Dexter.
I just got such a cute text from my whole family. They're at home watching us live right now, and they sent me.
God.
Look at, they're so excited.
Hey guys.
Hi, you guys. Hi, family.
I'll tweet this picture later so everyone at home can see it. It's very sweet, supportive family. No, but in season 14, Ian and Dan were in the final 2, and it was clear. Yeah, it was clear to most people that Dan played a great game,
but Ian
didn't burn as many bridges.
No, he didn't. Right.
So,
but Dan still won, right?
No.
Oh, that was the season he didn't win.
Ian Terry won.
And that was like a bummer. As a viewer, it was like, yeah, I understand. There's some personal connections that Dan didn't make that Ian did.
Guess what? That's what happens when you shit where you eat.
Exactly.
Flag it, Jane. Flag it. Flag all of it.
We're gonna need to take a time out.
And I get it. He had to get where he was, but at the same time, that's why Vanessa's been freaking out. You piss too many people off, you're gonna have to pay for it at some point. Retribution.
That's the thing, and I remember arguing with my friend Derek about this. He was like, Ian in no world should win, and I was like, yeah, but Ian owned up to all the things he did. Dan didn't, and how much
for finesse.
I agree, Lo.
And can I bring back to a comment I said in one of the earlier weeks, and a lot of the fans got mad when I said playing an honest game is a good idea.
Yeah.
I still think times like this, if you play an honest game, no matter what decisions you're making, people in the jury house are going to have a lot more appreciation for you and what you've done compared to being shady as.
At some point you're going to have to make a weird move because it just gets down to too few people. But at that point, people will understand because it's a game.
Even the twins seem to understand Steve. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I just thought even they, he put him up and they still seem to not really take it personal from him.
Right.
They get that he needs to what? You think they took it personal to him?
That's funny because I just made I have a note that I want to bring up. I love when we disagree though. It makes for a dynamic podcast.
Go, let me hear it. I'm fired up.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
Shoot.
So couldn't actually, I agree they came around and they don't really hold it against Steve anymore, but the fact that Liz threw a hissy fit and was shocked that she was a target is crazy to me.
You have to understand what she was throwing a hissy fit about. This is your sister. Okay, do you have a sister or a brother? I don't.
Yeah, brother.
Okay, so picture this. Literally, no matter what, it's a game, but one of you is walking out with $500,000. That's game-changing, life-changing for you.
Right.
I think she was more having that realization than being like, Steve for doing this to me.
Everybody who goes up on the block is in that position, but they don't walk out of the nomination ceremony.
I understand, but not everyone is doing it with your sister. You don't live by. What? Get at me, bro. You guys, put in the comments below if you agree with me. If you don't write anything.
So Paul Bentley tweeted at us saying another part of winning is trying to get the jury votes. I agree. You have to have finesse, like we were saying. Vanessa.
All I was just going to say is that it really varies from season to season anyway. It depends on what the group people are in the house anyway, what they go for. Who the last 6 or 7 people are.
She's such a snake.
It just every season is kind of different. Some of the groups went for this in their winner, and some went for that in their winner. So it depends on the group. You know what I mean? Like it depends on the group people that are left in the house what they kind of go for anyway. In some ways.
What would you go for? Do you think it's best gameplay, or what do you think?
I think you have to mix. You can't just choose one.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you guys. I'm kind of like it's a mixture of all three: social, gameplay. I mean, I don't care so much about the honesty thing in a way, only because for me, I'm like, I know when I go into the game.
It's not honesty. It's just about owning up to what you are.
What are you?
You are
a snake and a manipulative gambler.
And I will say this:
it's a game, so I don't even know what that means. You're not really yourself. You are yourself.
That's what I mean. Owning up to the player you are.
Agreed. So okay. I think I will be more on Vanessa's side if at the final, the jury gets to question the final two.
And they can be honest about everything they've done. Okay.
And a lot of, like, Andy season 15 was like, yep, screwed you all over. I'm owning up to it. And I was like, good. Okay, so...
We do have that. You have the question.
Being transparent, helps.
Yeah, you'll see that.
So Steve nominates one twin and one lover.
Oh, I love
nominates
Makes
Liz.
it sound like Commedia dell'arte.
Nominates Liz.
And
Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I cheered. Right? I literally got out of my bed and cheered and did a jig.
Yeah, my roommate and I did the same.
It made it interesting this week. How boring would this week have been?
Yeah.
I didn't cheer or do any dance moves, but I was very excited. I did them internally. How boring would this week have been, though, if Johnny Mac and Steve were on the block again? It was
I actually pictured that was going to happen anyway. And what's funny is they showed 8 hours earlier when the twins said they wouldn't put Steve up. So it's kind of funny. They kind of showed a little flashback.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that. And then he ended up putting up one of the twins.
But the thing is, and it cut to Steve, and he was like, yeah, well...
Yeah.
Too bad.
Right, exactly.
And also, Steve's going to have some votes in jury now because he was the first one to wage war.
Exactly.
He drew the first brick.
A lot in all the early conversations of Steve being HOH, I was like, wow, he kind of seems weak. He's talking all that, like when he was talking to Austin, he couldn't make a decision. And then when I saw him make the decision, I'm like, you know what? I don't care what process it takes to get there. You got there, you did it.
He's the only one who
him going and waking up Austin, and he like checked in every 5 minutes before.
That was so
dying. He's like, oh, did I wake you?
No, Steve needed this HOH because I thought of him as sort of a non-player until this week, and he made one of the biggest moves this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Mooms.
I love those mooms.
My favorite moment of the week, however, happened during the veto ceremony when Vanessa convinced Julia to battle Austin.
Yes.
I mean,
I love when she came up with all that. Sorry, she's like, and I have chosen to take on Austin. Yeah. And then her face instantly dropped because she saw Liz's face freaking out. Yes. She knew she'd been playing.
I think I cheered then too.
I think I cheered then. Yes. That's just genius.
Yeah, it was.
That is just genius game.
I gotta give it to her. That was incredible. And to have the balls to do that.
Vanessa did two great things this week. She did that, and she also convinced Steve to nominate not the twins, but to nominate Austin and Liz because Julia can't win anything.
Besides
that one veto. And Jane Flaggett, she can't win anything. I'm worried my head's out of the screen.
Hold on, get in there.
Well, check.
Could be a little.
I think you're good.
No, I think you're good. And I just gave side view profile to check view, so that's a lot. I don't usually give side
Zach's keeping us.
Zach's got us.
He's got us.
Yeah. Zach's our engineer for you audio listeners and everyone else listening that wouldn't know.
Yeah. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach. When I was a kid, I wanted my name to be Zach because it reminded me of excitement and laser beams.
I wanted it to be Sean, and I don't know why.
Why was that?
Honestly,
fun.
Can't.
I wanted my name to be Rose for no reason.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. I just somehow I'm like, I can't believe you didn't name me Rose. How could you do that?
Esperanza.
Are you kidding?
It means hope in Spanish.
Oh,
and my family was on
a.
Thank you.
It all comes around.
My family went on a vacation to Toronto, and I said to my whole family, I said, if you don't call me Go-Go, I'm not responding. And my brother, Jimmy, was like laughing hysterically, and I was so mad. Now I get it. It's so ridiculous. Like, why would anyone call me Go-Go?
I will commit to calling you Go-Go.
Me too.
For the rest.
This is Go-Go, guys.
Hey, guys, I'm Go-Go. Welcome to ABTV. You can find me at Go-Go.
Go.
On Twitter and Instagram. Let's talk about those moments, and then also my second favorite moment this week.
We're getting a little pushback saying, sorry to interrupt you, but the fans need to speak. And they say that let's not give Steve too much credit. There's only 6 people in the house. This is the only choice he could have made.
But he still could have been
it wasn't the only choice he could have made. He made other choices, but...
He still could have pussyfoot around the whole house thing and
also,
not done it. And just
let's
thank you.
Give Steve credit.
Let's give Steve some credit for making some good television for us. I get what you guys are saying. Like, it wasn't as big of a move as it would have been like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
I don't think I'm giving him that much credit.
But I was just happy to see it. No, I get what you guys are saying.
Let's not fight with everyone tonight.
Who said that?
I'm not going to tell you.
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, weren't you happy to see it? That's all we're really reacting to. We're not saying he's like a hero, but he did a great job.
He did.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy
is everyone else's ears killing them in these
Okay, but my second favorite moment of the week was Sigmund and Freud.
Oh my land!
Oh, I know that one. I think I tweeted it out. I tweeted it out.
That was great.
It was beautiful. And
Austin's reaction in the background the entire time was also amazing.
His jaw just dropped to the ground.
I'm like, you guys are dumb. Okay, so back to the bowling. I just want to mention. Okay, so that was a good moment. So it was a bowling competition which they've had before, which I love those. Jesse Goddard's came back. He was on seasons 10 and 11. So of course, Mr. Pegtacular just got mentioned. He was on. I didn't like him either this season, so it didn't matter to me. But he comes back every once in a while and does these like hosting.
Way to make Austin look small for that 1 second.
But for a second. I remember the season he came back on. I think it was season 11 where they had divided into cliques at first, and he was part of the athletic clique. Do you remember that? the brains. It was just they tried little different things, of course, and he was part of that. But he didn't win either season, so it didn't matter.
Right on.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. But so he ran because there's only 6 of them left. So he ran the veto thing, and Julius and Vanessa, and so Austin started getting angry. That was the part too. Remember, he's like, "There's something going on.
Yeah.
They're all against me. I gotta win this." I mean, he started actually seeing, and she isn't that upset, and Julius looking over. I mean, it's like he started piecing things together.
I actually understood his logic.
I do too.
I can get that 100%. I was shocked though at how much his gameplay changed. It seemed like he really was like a beast after all. And I'm like, well, where has that been the entire time?
Right.
When he started doing the ape crawl, talk about one of our favorite moments of the night, it was that right there.
Yes.
I was like, homie is
incredible.
ape crawling.
I loved how Johnny Mac reacted to it too.
Yes.
Dang,
You're fine. You're
I never
fine.
like to
It's the
swear.
internet. Come on. Let's get real.
Flag it, Jane.
I agree with you. He totally started. He was like angry.
He turned into an animal and he just went for it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really great to see those instincts come out.
Yeah, it actually was fun.
It's nice. I like watching people
I liked
play.
it too. He got
too.
so mad. Actually, it's one of the real authentic moments I think we've had with him.
Yes.
So I
He's been
enjoyed it.
playing for Liz the whole time.
Right.
Brock Charlilli, don't know who that is.
Who that guy
He
is.
tweeted us in all caps saying, Vanessa has finally been playing the game that has the potential to win.
Ooh.
That's
Wait,
true.
I forget. Is he a
You know what?
Vanessa?
No, he's not. But
fave?
I didn't hate her this week.
Me
I really
neither.
didn't. I'm thinking about her now, and that's
She's
why
a
I got so
puppet master.
impassioned
Yeah.
at the beginning of this. But damn, she's playing a good
Can you
game.
give some of your insight that you found on her when you?
Oh
were
yeah,
lost?
so I did a little quick Wikipedia search. She's a brilliant woman. She's one of the top 5 poker players in the United States, or no, I think maybe in the world. Don't quote me on that. I need to look that up again, but definitely top 5. And she graduated from Duke in 2.5 years at the top of her class.
That's
She
crazy.
also has a law degree. She's a millionaire, a multimillionaire, in fact. So she does not need this money. She's probably doing it for personal pride. Of course, having a little extra cash never hurts. But this woman is brilliant,
Got a
and
lot
it
of
makes a
cash.
lot of sense for how well she's been able to manipulate people.
Wow.
Great insight. Thank you.
Any old time.
Does anybody have any
News and gossip.
Was anybody else disgusted by Sigmund and Freud?
Oh, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I was like watching that and was like, these girls.
I thought it was funny.
Well,
I thought it was funny.
The-
I'm not
the-
a judgmental person like others on this panel, clearly, so I just took it as humor, you know?
Anyway,
Mods up
I don't know.
in here.
I have a
we
problem.
should have been writing for this show. They would have gotten better zings.
I have a problem with somebody who doesn't care about being dumb.
Yeah, okay, I can.
Well,
no, I see what you're
I
saying.
looked at it differently. I looked at it as because I'm a little older than the rest of you. I look at people who are in those certain ages that they may not know certain things because they just don't have the education about it. Maybe like they should, where they come from, who they hang out with.
They did go to college,
But
though.
I mean, but it's like I always think some
They should have
things.
learned that.
I'm a voracious reader, so I'm always
Right.
like gathering stuff, and everybody's like that. I was just wondering, maybe they just didn't really know. They just didn't.
And honestly,
Right.
like,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know. Of that young age, but they're in their early 30s.
I don't
I think
know.
they're- I
I
think they're
can't give them an
23.
excuse for it. I mean,
I
they're-
can't give them an excuse, but you do get it if they're tired. Maybe they've been in the house too long,
True.
cooped up too long. Obviously, they're not the brightest, light bulb in the case. That's not even the cliche, but you know what I mean.
I know. I
I
just
can
wonder.
see them
They
doing
have no
that.
sense
it
of
makes
humor
sense.
about themselves. I don't know. I just think they take themselves too seriously.
And I think even when that happened, they didn't understand how big of a faux pas
Yeah,
it was.
that's true. I
Which
mean, I've
was
had
kind of
moments.
funny.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
have moments.
Hey, I do the zoo after show, and I don't know anybody animals. Apparently, I'm on there like James Lott Jr. I'm like, what is that? A
I agree.
serval? What is that? I don't know.
I'm the
Leopard.
same way with animals.
I'm like, and I'm doing a show about animals.
Only
so.
animal I care about are cute dogs.
I know. Me
Yeah,
too.
he.
I
Well, you
want
ready
to
to go read
quick.
something?
Vlad is saying
Oh,
that
Vlad.
I've never. You know Vlad?
Yeah, he's.
What up, Vlad? All right, so I haven't heard this. I wonder if you guys have. There's a rumor that there's a big scandal, actually, that Vanessa is supposed to win. CBS wants her to win so that she can have her own show, and this is gaining her own audience. There's a backdoor pilot, maybe. I've never heard anything about this.
CBS.
I can't imagine what show it would be. Vanessa plays poker or something, or what would
Well,
you get?
CBS like Rachel Riley and Brandon, and they're on Bold and Beautiful sometimes, doing the wrestling. So they come on reoccurring as like waiters and stuff and get speaking parts, and they're CBS owned also. But I don't know. I've never heard of a other person getting their own show.
Vlad, can you send
Yeah.
us or tweet us anything that you've read about
Yeah,
that? Or
I don't
where you
know.
Also,
found
I
that?
don't think she would need to win. I think she's
Yeah.
She would
been
need to do
such
what
a
she's
prominent
done.
part of the show.
Yeah.
I would
so
check
far.
that out. Even
Yeah.
with how I feel about her
Yeah.
from time to time, /
Yeah.
a bulk of the time, I would still check that out because I think she's an interesting person.
Me
and
too.
She's very intelligent.
Her fake crying. I don't know.
I
know if
don't
could
get
do
how
that.
she does it.
She's good.
I mean, she is a damn good actress.
Here's the weird part for me. I was telling you guys this while we were watching. I think it's great that she lied to the twins and Austin about her motives for convincing Julia to go against Austin in the veto competition. What I don't understand is when it cuts to the DR, the time where the contestant gets to talk out their feelings and talk to America, why she was continuing to lie.
Maybe that's what I feel about being honest, and maybe that's what I was trying to get to. If you're going to be honest with anyone, be honest with yourself. I think she lies to herself a lot of the time.
Yes. I
and
think
be honest with us, because then we can cheer for you if we know where you're coming from. But if we don't know where you're coming from and you're just lying to everyone, then you seem inauthentic and you seem cuckoo.
And that's why I don't like her as a
You seem
character.
like a sociopath.
Just quickly going back to something you said. I agree with you. I think they're all taking themselves as seriously this season. I think they all were just like really serious this season about the game, and there's just no fun. I don't see it because a lot of seasons you've seen before. There were fun moments and funny moments and things throughout the season. Like this season, they played hard how they started, and the rest of the season they've just been really serious.
I love I've said this before. I love the first half of this season, and then I thought it just got snooze fest.
Yeah, but it's just
2015.
there's just no fun moments. I agree with you.
This week was fun for me because there was some change.
So much fun for me
I think
too.
now that we're down to this little, like every episode to me now is going to be really interesting because you have to start turning your back on people, and I guess that's what I sickly find interesting.
Oh, I love that part. Yeah.
The last thing I really wanted to talk about, and then we can have some freeform here because it's been so rigid so far.
I feel very constrained.
Is that Julia got voted out, which
Taking
to
out my string
me,
jacket.
I mean, they were so smart. This was finally the week they put on their thinking caps, and then they just couldn't complete it. They had to blow it at the end.
Was it such a stupid idea, though, for Vanessa?
No.
I get why she thinks they're going to uphold those promises they made.
Not necessarily the promises. I'm saying if it's her and Liz, which I don't think is a likely final two pairing, but if it is, she could be pretty even with Liz with the jury votes.
Right.
But if it was her and Julia, I think Julia's a little bit more likable than her.
I think that Liz has played a better game, and I think that's why the twins wanted Liz to stay in. So no, I think it's in that way. I actually think it's bad for the
in that way it certainly is. Obviously, Julia has not played as good of a game as Liz. I think Liz is a much better.
But to answer your question, I believe that Vanessa would beat Julia. I don't know that Vanessa will beat Liz.
Yeah.
I think. No, I guess I really don't know.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I just think it's dumb.
I think it's dumb.
I mean, it would have made more sense for everyone to get Liz out because she's got two primary relationships in the house, and to get her out would break both of them.
Exactly.
And especially Vanessa's terms that she tried to make her deal, her 3-point deal.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
I know.
I mean, I feel like at least make it somewhat reasonable so they'll uphold it. If you start going crazy, then they'll just write you off.
Right.
The first two things, I was like, okay, great.
The third, get you to a final two. If you don't get there, you take me.
Now
not
it's
the
like,
other.
no,
They won't
sorry,
do that.
no, Liz is here, you're whatever, goodbye.
Yeah. If Liz and Austin do it, they're going to pick each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone just tweeted at me a letter that is apparently from Jen, Austin's girlfriend.
Wait, a different one than the one
I
we
guess
read?
so, because this guy who tweeted at me said it was just released today.
Can we read
it on air?
Yeah, I'll look through it, and
Okay.
and if it's not what Grant read the other week, I'll definitely
that would be really
do it.
Yeah, so while you're doing that, so basically had family message time, which I think is kind of cute. Give them some like incentive to kind of be in the show. I don't. You guys were all like, I kind of got a little touched a little bit. I felt.
No, I got touched.
Usually I'm hard, but I'm not hard. Usually I'm like, that's not what I meant. I mean, I'm like have no emotion about them. But this case, I actually felt like, oh, it's kind of cute to see their family members. And
You thought, I don't know, it was fine. I didn't have any.
you guys were moved.
I
You guys were
wasn't moved by it.
No.
You know, I was actually touched by Steve's because I could see the way she looked into the camera. You could feel that
I
love.
felt it.
It reminded me of my own mom, actually, and I thought that was.
I wish my mother
really
loved me
sweet.
that much.
I'm sure she
does.
does.
Just kidding.
You know,
Just
some
kidding.
people
Sorry,
express it
Benita,
in
just
different
kidding.
ways.
Yeah.
So I think. No, I'm serious. Like I don't know, but you know, some people express their love
I was
through
just
doing
kidding.
things, but she expresses through words, and that was really sweet.
Yeah, I was touched by it. I was
Yeah.
touched by it. I was like, for some reason, I like Steve. I don't know. I'm sorry. I kind of like him.
I don't not like him, but I also don't like him.
I mean, he's Steve. You know, I like him too,
do.
but he's got so many. He's just Steve.
I feel like I want to protect him for some reason.
I think
I
the
think-
twins felt that way too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Up until what happened.
They did.
What?
I in no way
But
can read
first,
this letter.
like,
out loud. I'm trying to figure out. I think it might be satire, but
okay.
Red Lobster wants Austin to promote the finger licking good crab.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
What?
You know what though? Those biscuits are so good.
They are good.
I could go for some right now.
I'm starving.
Me too. If anyone wants to send us some food, we're on a hunger strike here at AFTERBUZZ TV.
We're not quite done with the show yet.
No, we're not done with the show.
However, I do want to say at the end of the show, we'll take a couple of calls. So the number for that, I'm going to say right now, it is 424-256-1729. I'll say it one more time, and one time only. 424-256-1729. If you want to call in, we'll take some calls at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
Anybody else have some like overarching thoughts from the week, or maybe specific moments you really liked? Because to me, the veto twist with Vanessa killed me. Like we talked about it, done there, been there. That to me was my like big
I
thought.
loved the breakup. The
Me
big
too.
epic breakup when Liz came out and she's like, I can't even talk to him. I don't even want to. And then 24 hours later, and she's up in his bed.
I know.
I don't
Face to
play
face.
that. Yeah. So it's like give each other a centimeter, not even an inch. I asked for an inch earlier, but it's like give a centimeter.
That to me is their relationship in a nutshell. As soon as they get out of the house, I think Liz is dropping Austin.
yeah.
Austin was campaigning against her in the kitchen with Vanessa. He was like, so would he, who would have to go to blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever he was saying, the overarching thing was like, me over twins.
But I appreciate that. He's there to play.
I appreciate that too, but he's still being shady with the twins.
And she was like, Liz was like, he is no Clay. I'm like, yeah, because Clay laid down and died for Shelley, and I don't think Austin feels that way.
Is that
Austin said-
ultimately
he
what
said
you
it.
want in a man who doesn't fight for anything?
Quick side note, what do we think is going on right now? Is Clay out there really playing the field at this new Big Brother fame?
All I know is that Clay and Audrey are BFF. They're starting up a reality show project, and you can go on their Twitter.
That's so
There's
cool.
a Kickstarter or something. So Audrey and Clay, look out for them and look out for their new project.
Think they'd invite us on there?
I'm not getting paid to plug that.
I think they'd invite us on to their new reality show.
They said it's going to be a game called Sequester or something like that, and it's about they use old reality stars and put them in sequester.
Oh, how funny!
And then
kind of
America,
like Big Brother.
Yeah, and then America votes on like what they have to do.
Surreal.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, but what they have to
Stuff.
do?
That'd be interesting.
I hope they don't torture them or anything.
They should. Torture
America
them all.
votes on killing you.
No, I just
play.
I just thought that
What?
and I just thought that Vanessa this week really did step it up 10 notches the whole week.
I just think she always is. I really like
must be
even with
exhausted.
Meg. I figured this out from the beginning to now.
Okay.
I've come to appreciate almost I like almost everybody in the house. Vanessa already, I liked her, hated her. Now I'm liking her again, and she could be my number one front runner again over Jonny Mac.
How funny.
Yeah.
She
I
deserves it.
respect her in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right.
I see the good in her, and this week she made some moves that I thought, all right, girl, I see. I mean, I still don't think she goes about it in the best way always. I don't like that she's not admitting it to herself and to us.
Yes.
But she is making effective moves.
As much as I don't like her personality, I would definitely want to see her in All Stars 2. Because I think she has played one of the best games.
I don't know. That could ruin her. Though once everyone knows she's a game player, they may just like target that.
Same
and
with All
market.
Stars 1, though.
Yeah, same,
They're all game players.
Yeah, because when Will came on, they were all, they knew what was going on. Yeah.
I'll give that number one more time. It's 424-256-1729.
Soul Brother says, "What's up to all of us?" and giving hugs all around.
Hey, soul brother.
Hey, hey.
Hi, honey.
That's sweet. Yeah, so, I had another thought. Austin being a bad kisser, that was made very public.
That was pretty amazing.
And then when Julia did an impression of Judas around the room.
That was
and threw the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And threw all of his clothes across
I know
the
that.
room.
Here you go. You
Because they
sleep
can't
over
throw him
here.
outside the house.
You can't be over here. You gotta be over here.
You can't do the classic.
But it was totally like when you're with your girl and your man done you wrong and you're just like talking crap and it seems so actually kind of real in a weird way to me.
Yeah.
real enough till she's
Except
crawling in the bed.
Liz wasn't doing it. Her sister
I know.
was.
That's why I said I love it. That's what I'm saying. Your girl's doing it for you.
Yeah.
You're still upset.
Yeah.
Well, I liked in her interview she said that he has to love both of us and accept both of us.
I know. Well, when she first said that, it sounded real dirty. And I was like, oh, I just found out some information I didn't know.
But she meant like,
menage a
twins.
So, last week I asked you guys to tweet at us. Okay, I'll put that on hold. We're going to take the call, and then I'll get back to that. All right, we have our first caller of the night. What is your name, and where the heck are you from?
Hello?
Hi there. Hi, what's your name?
Oh, I think we lost him.
Bye.
Oh, we lost
Thanks
him.
for calling. Where we were.
Sounded like he was a Vanessa
No,
fan.
Oh, we got another call.
close.
Let's try call number 2. Hey there. Welcome to the Big Brother After Show on AfterBuzz. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, it's Ellie from like forever ago.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
Oh, my
back.
God. Hi,
How you
Ellie.
been, girl?
What's up? I miss y'all.
Oh, we miss you too.
Forever.
Remind me again where you're calling from?
Is it
Texas.
Texas, yeah, from Texas,
see?
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the week?
I really liked the week. I was really happy that Steve got power, and it just, I was so happy to finally see Jonny, Mac, and Steve in that HOH room, because I feel like all we've ever been seeing in that HOH room is like Vanessa and like the same people.
Totally.
When I saw a picture on Twitter and it was them in the HOH room, and I got so happy inside. I was like, yay, finally!
So I assume
new.
you are not an Ostwin fan.
You used to like the twins, though, didn't you? Or was it Shelly and Clay that you liked?
I like Shelly and Clay.
That's
personally.
right. Okay.
I don't even know. Okay, can I just tell you? Oh my God, I'm like
Confess.
spazzing.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this is something really funny that who was the first guy that got eliminated this season? Jace or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he posted this video on his Instagram, and it was the funniest thing ever. So it's him and Austin talking, and he was like, dude, Liz is so hot. I'm gonna go for her. Do you think I should go for her? And Austin was like, bro, I'm not gonna. Would you go for her and be like, bro, I have a girlfriend. Liz is disgusting. I'm not gonna go for her and be like, dude, I'm gonna go for her. And it was the funniest thing ever. Because then at the bottom, he said, oh, have time for change. And it was the funniest
Oh
thing
my
ever.
gosh, well,
I
we're going to
like
have to
Austin.
find that.
Thanks for bringing that up. I had never heard that before, but that's a really
No,
interesting
it's
point.
on his Instagram. If
What's
you go on
his Twitter or
there's
his
a video,
Instagram
and
handle?
It's of them two talking.
Okay, well, I'll look it up right
Funniest
now.
thing.
Okay, we're going to have to look that.
Yeah.
Ellie, what's his Instagram handle so we can all look that video up?
I have no idea. I think
Okay,
it's something.
well, we
it has
found
like
it.
Nicholas on it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. We found
Alright.
it.
All
It's
right, cool.
Nicola Poe.
Ellie, thanks so much for calling.
Thanks,
okay?
girl. Have a
Call
great
back
night.
again soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I love y'all.
All right, you're the
you.
best. Bye-bye. All right. So yeah, I do think that's funny that Austin walked into this house with a girlfriend. We have another caller. Let's take it. Hey there. Welcome to ABTV Big Brother. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
And you're gone.
Guys, I can't trust
could
these
you hang up
callers.
on us
So
like
people
that?
are
They're all
commenting.
hanging out. This is Jeff and them together too.
Jeff, good
this is
night.
Oh my gosh.
So
This
people
is
are
BB
commenting.
fam.
People are asking us why haven't we talked about Julie's great outfits?
Oh my god.
People are
yeah.
tweeting
Because
us.
I don't want to only talk about the
Julie.
woman's outfit.
Well, I'm gonna talk about it. It was really cute.
Saucy little
School, yes, he
schoolgirl.
says, a little schoolgirl. Anyway, just like
Sausage- well, you know, like Labor Day weekend is the official back to school time for America.
right,
So
that's
she's
right.
very patriotic.
That's true.
Very ready for her first day of school as a Chen bot. That butt first video is so good.
That's what we started
Yeah.
with tonight. Look up Chenbot on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. I do want to jump into predictions before we say goodbye to you guys tonight. So let's make some weekly predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Who's got a big old predict?
Well,
I have a
well.
Me.
Flag.
Shocker.
We're all like just kind of.
I like totally a
subconscious.
Yes.
Just, oh man.
Well, I was gonna.
Wait, can I ask a question
Okay,
before we
say
get into
anything.
predictions?
Yeah, yeah. Nick
Was
has a
the
question.
Thank you, thank you for helping me. Was the Vanessa Jonny Mac final two? Did it end up becoming a deal? They were talking about it, and I don't know. Was
She
that
didn't
ever
deal with everyone.
solidified or
Just
no?
do everybody. Just
Except
do
for
everybody.
Liz.
So then
Except
I'm
for
not going to
Liz,
base
right.
that off of any.
No,
Okay,
they all have
Please
deals.
move forward.
But I was going to say, this is not really a prediction, but we should mention this. The next 2 weeks, as you guys know, are going to be very different. These are the last 2 weeks of the show. So next week, they're doing a Wednesday eviction night, but we will be on Thursday. I'll make sure we say it to everybody. But the following week, when it's a Wednesday night, the last show will be on Wednesday. So we're working that out right now. But I just want you guys to know that we are we know the schedule's going to be a little different the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we'll keep you up to date.
Yeah,
If you follow
definitely.
us on Twitter and Instagram, you can find that information out.
Yes,
No,
that's
we'll
what I
tweet
was
about.
saying.
We
I just
will
wanted to
tweet
say
about
that.
it.
Brock also just wanted to bring up his favorite moment.
I know, I
and
loved it.
It was Steve flying off the platform during during the veto competition. Amazing. I'll talk about a moment where I wanted to get up and do a jig, but I didn't. But I would have won it too.
I think that, and I don't know who won HOH, so this could be totally off.
We do.
I think that
You and me do.
Austin looked like he was in the lead. I think Austin might win and nominate Steve and Johnny Mac.
Yeah.
But again, nominations don't matter this week.
Yeah.
All that matters is HOH and veto, and I think Johnny Mac is going to win something because I think he knows he
Remember
needs
when he used to win everything all the time?
Yeah.
Unless he was
Not
throwing it
anymore.
and then he didn't win it.
Yeah.
No.
I agree with you. I think Johnny Mac's going to win something. I don't know what
But
it
who
is.
do you think is going to win HOH, or do you know?
It's going to be either Austin or Vanessa.
Before you guys knew, who did you
I
think?
don't know, but I guess
I
maybe we
thought Johnny
maybe
Mac
know.
would because he was dead set on it last week.
I think Austin will because he seemed the most ahead when we
Him
were
and Vanessa
watching
were-
it.
My mom just texted me, Johnny, shame on you. Predict?
I know.
Exclamation point.
No,
question
Come
mark.
on, Mama Mango. It was funny.
Come on, go,
laughing.
clean up.
Go,
your
go.
mouth.
Come on, go.
Thank you guys.
I'll put soap in his mouth later.
So who do you think's gonna be up on the block? Who do you think's gonna be in danger this
I
week?
think if I was Steve, I would be worried.
Yes.
The first. I think he...
Because he took the shot. This
Yeah,
week.
I just think, but also he's the lowest and least tied to person. Everyone else is a little bit thicker of ties. Steve is really down there.
If Johnny Mac and Steve can make it through the week, I think they're in a good position.
I feel like I know too much, so I can't really say.
The man who knew too much.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't feel that way, so I still am going to say that Steve and Austin or Vanessa. I see Austin and Vanessa again. I really hope Johnny Mac... I would love to see Johnny Mac come out with HOH. I would love it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, we're going to wrap things up. And yes, again, next week we will be on Thursday night. So come back, check us out. And then next week on Thursday, we'll tell you what the plan is for the rest of the season because it does get a little wonky. And I'm really excited because we're 2 weeks away from hopefully setting up Lauren and Johnny Mac.
Yes.
Once he gets out of that house, Lauren.
Once he gets out of that house, but he better win some competitions before he gets out, and he better
Can you
make some moves.
imagine your boyfriend being almost a millionaire?
Wow.
Kind of.
$500,000. Do they walk
Yes.
away with all 500 or does taxes get all
taxes.
included?
I'm sure
Yeah.
that he'll end up
Taxes.
with what?
Minimum wage, all the hours they put in living there.
You guys, thank you so much for watching this week. I hope you
funny? I
had
don't
fun, and I'm glad we got over that technical difficulty together. Nick and I are going to go kill each other.
Yes, we
and we'll see you next
Are we
week.
going to give her
I'm going.
Well, it didn't seem like that. Go.
My beautiful panel here, I would like to let them wrap up the show. Nick, you want to
Guys,
start?
thanks so much for watching. You can follow me at Nicholas Grava on Twitter and Instagram and on Snapchat, of course.
And I'm Lauren Lograsso, by the way. You can follow me at LowGrow on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, and Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso. Thanks for watching.
I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me on Twitter at BlackHopeLA, and that's BLAKHOPELA. James Lott Jr. on Facebook. I'm doing the Under the Dome series finale tonight at 11 tonight, and tomorrow morning my radio show on AdrenalineRadio.com every Friday at 10 a.m.
Guys, thanks so much for
Thank you.
watching. Again, my name's John Manganello.
Thank you.
You can get me at Johnny Mangs on Twitter and Instagram, or Jonty Jip on Snapchat.
Snapple.
Thanks again
Go,
for
go.
watching. Have
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much.
week.
Have a
Mwah.
great week.
We love you.
I love you.
Kind of like.
You know.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Big buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.